Hey guys, what's up? So, sorry, I apologize. I look like a really hot mess. I have had an interesting weekend. Today is Monday, the 2nd of March, and I am kind of disappointed in myself, but it is what it is. I had lost I think about 3 or 4 pounds this past week, which is really good. Problem is though, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I vegged out. I really did. I had too much fast food. I had too much, I guess, carbonated drinks. I mean, yeah. So, with that being said, I'm going back on my waters this week and hope that I can get. I gained 2 pounds this weekend. So, well, it's like 1.9 pounds. So, I mean, I lost 3 or 4 in this past week, but then this weekend I gained like half of that back. So, I think it's water because it's not a whole lot. It's because of all the sodium but I feel good actually. Honestly, surprisingly, the last couple of days I've been feeling pretty productive. I don't weird, right? I'll take with all my issues and all my health ailments. I mean, when it comes to feeling productive, it's one of those things where you really feel like it just comes whenever it wants to come on. So I never know. Day to day, throughout the day, everything changes. Especially with chronic fatigue syndrome, is one of those things that's like you'll get a burst of energy and then suddenly you don't have anything at all. It is crazy. So with that being said, guys, I have like a little sore. Okay, this is the second time. It's actually healing. I just keep picking at it, but it's the second time I had actually bought a new like mug or a cup. I got like online or whatever it is, or even at the store. I think I got this one. I think I got this one at Target. It's like a little mug, and I ended up, instead of washing it before I used it, I just used it because I was lazy. So I took my chances. And every time that happens, this is the second time this has happened to me, I had almost within 24 hours later, I end up like, well, not even 24 hours, it's like probably maybe about, you know, couple of hours after I used it, suddenly I get like a little blister or something like that on my lip. And I'm like, oh, great. So, yeah. This is the second time. So lesson learned, I'm not gonna do a third time. I'm gonna make sure I wash everything. You would think it's common sense, right? I know you guys are probably thinking, ew, gross, why don't you ever do that? I'm lazy sometimes. I just do it. I don't know. So anyways, but it's healing. I just kind of stopped picking at it. But it's actually almost gone. It's not really swollen. Like I have a little bit of scarring from an old one, so it makes it look like it's bigger than what it is. But I don't even notice it's there, and it's not swollen. So it's like it's just a little red dot. Thankfully, this one, I caught it early on because I felt it coming on, and I was like, "Oh no, we're gonna put some medicine on it." I put on some Campho-Phenique, which is like a drying agent ointment, and I just kind of put it on there, and it kind of helps draw out and dry up any fluid that's in there and stuff in the blister, and then it goes away. It's not really like a cold sore because it didn't, it's just like a reaction to something. Either it was a chemical that was on it or some kind of irritant got on the cup or mug in the warehouse, or I don't want to think about rats and cats and things like that, because I know a lot of that stuff hangs out in warehouses and probably overseas, and so many hands have touched it and machinery, and that doesn't get cleaned, and it gets kind of surface cleaned, but it doesn't actually get cleaned. So I so and it's been sitting on a shelf, and it was sitting on the shelf in the open at a store when many people probably touched it. And yeah, the thought of it sounds gross, and you would think I would clean before I use it, but I don't. I don't know what I was thinking. I just brain fog, didn't think nothing of it, and just started using it. So lesson learned. I'm not gonna do that again. Um, but anyways, put that aside. So yeah. Anyways, I bought like probably a little over a month ago, but I'm just now using it. A Magic Bullet. Walmart had a Magic Bullet because of the color. It was on clearance, and I was like, "Hey, that's not a bad deal," because typically like $40. And Magic Bullet's been around for like decades. And I remember when it first came out, it was like on as seen on TV and things like that. I thought that was so neat, because it's so individual sized, small, compact, easy to clean. You could drink it straight from the actual cup that you used it, so no dishes really. And I always thought that was kind of neat. So, anyways, I actually got one. It was the lime green, which is kind of great because I like my favorite colors are green. So, I found the lime green one like a month or two ago on Walmart's website, and it was on clearance because of the color. I guess it was like a lime green color, but I was like, I don't care, that's fine. Anyway, so like I end up getting that color, and I got it as soon as I got it, I unboxed it. There was hardly like there wasn't a whole lot to it. I plugged it in, just tapped it to see if it comes on. It works. So I said, okay, it works. And left it alone. I have not used it. It's just been sitting there plugged in on my counter. Right next to my coffee pot that I use every day. But anyway, so I decided, okay, since I'm starting to do better, eat better, make better choices, I'm trying to think of different ways of my breakfast in the mornings that are kind of quick, but also kind of easy for me to make. And I can still get my protein and fruits and things like that in it. So this morning I decided I'm going to use my Magic Bullet this morning. I put in a scoop I got the Garden of Life brand. By the way, none of this is like monetized, so I'm not getting money for any of this. If I throw out names and brand names and whatever it is, this is just what I use, okay? And I don't. A disclaimer also: whatever works for me may not work for you, and I don't condone it. If it's something that you want to try, you try it on your own for your own will, and don't come after me if it doesn't work for you, okay? All right, so that's my disclaimer. So just so YouTube doesn't come after me, because I've had a couple of my videos actually been tagged because even though no one really watched them, which is kind of crazy, that because I'm mentioning medical stuff or diets and things like that, that apparently it's got to be, I didn't put a disclaimer. I didn't say literally a disclaimer, or I didn't post a disclaimer, which is ridiculous considering this is more like a vlog than it is anything else, which is crazy. But it's like chronicles, I think it's crazy considering that you allow Eugenia Cooney on YouTube and don't have to have a disclaimer for her, but you have a disclaimer for somebody who looks a little bit better than Eugenia Cooney and is actually trying to get healthy. And I have to have a disclaimer, but you have somebody of a higher ranking on YouTube with so many more views and so many more things and young viewers watching. You don't have to have a disclaimer on her videos, but I have had a disclaimer on mine, and I can post a video and it'd be on here for like 2 weeks and not one person watched it. I don't really care. I just do it mainly for me. But if people watch it, that's great. If they don't, they don't. I'm not really trying to go out for that money. I'm not going for clout. I'm not trying to do all that. I just mainly for me and to try to, reach out to a community kind of thing. Anyways, I'm sorry if I keep kind of switching hands on my phone because I'm just holding it because I didn't think this video was going to be that long, but I might as well. I did make a video like a couple days ago, but I never posted it. I said, nah, I'm not going to. I'm going to start all over. So, but anyways, so back to my Magic Bullet situation. So I ended up I did Garden of Life. I like to do the plant-based proteins because one, they don't mess up my stomach that much, and I don't feel as bloated. So I used 1 scoop of vanilla, and then I used a scoop of some of these brands, I forget the names on the top of my head, but I did a scoop of some multi collagen peptides or whatever it is. I did 1 small scoop of that. I did a scoop of I did a small baby scoop of some Benefiber because I need more fiber, and it has no taste to it. So I thought, why not? And then, plus it probably helped me lose that 2 more pounds that I gained over the weekend with all that fast food I had. And then I added I got Fairlife, the ultra skim, ultra pasteurized, whatever it is, fat-free milk. I put maybe like a cup of that, maybe a cup and a half. I had to keep adding some because it got too thick. 1 banana, 1 like medium-sized banana. My bananas were starting to go bad, so I'm like, I don't want to call them bad because actually when they get darker, they get sweeter. So I'm fine with it. I don't like call them bad, but most people, just to resonate with what I'm talking about, I'll say the word bad. But I put I just kind of chopped up a small banana, put that in there. And then I did, I think, 1 or 2 tablespoons of just regular creamy peanut butter. So I have that nutty base thickness, so I'd feel full when I drink it. And then I think I put like 3 or 4 baby little ice cubes. Our ice cubes are like literally like little baby squares. I mean, not the kind that comes in the old school, like poverty ice trays. You know what I'm talking about? I call powdered ice trays because typically you only find it in lower income homes. And I'm not knocking that because that's how I grew up with it. When our fridge may work and may not. So it was like one of those things. So, but it wasn't, the ice cubes weren't that big. It was like maybe half that size. So they're like maybe about half an inch. I put like 2 or 3 of them in there. And then just so that it was cold because not everything was nothing in my drink was cold. And I think protein shakes taste better when they're cold. So I thought maybe I'd kind of chop it up. Typically, I have a Ninja blender, but it's a big one, and I normally have no issues. And I just hate making a single drink, and it's hard to measure too because you think you're made out enough, but then you end up making too much, and then something gets wasted, and yeah. So that's why I bought the Magic Bullet because it's like I think it's like 12 ounces, perfect sizing, whatever. I knew the texture of my drink was going to be kind of powdery because I have a lot more powder stuff in it versus liquid and anything else in it. But that's all I had in my drink. That's all I had. That's all I added to it. I put it in there, and it's the kind like you have to push it down for it to work. You push it down and twist, I think. I pushed it down, I twisted it, and I'm like, okay, it's doing it. And I kind of had to shake it a little bit to kind of get it working, going. Um, and I was like, okay, it did enough, but then I kept stopping it, and then I was like, I shook it, I hand shook it, because I was like, I'm trying to get it to move, and then I put it down in there again, and it wasn't working no more. Like, dude. And it wasn't even running a minute. It was like literally like 20, 30 seconds. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I'm like, it's crazy because before I started putting everything in there, I hand washed with soap, warm water, everything like that, all the parts because I didn't want to have a repeat of this, right? So I took the effort and energy doing that. Then I decided I was going to make this. And now I'm like, it's not working. And now I dirtied up. You're talking about, have you ever made a protein shake with peanut butter? It is hard to clean off because it's so oily, but it's so thick and it sticks to the plastic. And it's it's annoying. So I'm like, I'm literally trying, and usually when I clean it off, because usually when I make it smooth enough, not so thick, but just enough, where it feels like I'm having a milkshake, I literally will, once I can pour it in a glass or whatever it is, then I will literally add some dish soap to it, a little water, put it back on the base, let it spin thing, and then I'll wash it, right? So, because you've seen those videos, how they tell you it's a fast hack to cleaning it. Well, apparently this thing didn't work no more. It worked literally 20 seconds. First time ever using it. Like Magic Bullet, what the heck? So I was so mad because I'm like, yeah, I got it on clearance, but I thought it's because of the color. Because all the other colors were like 20, 30, almost $40. This one was like literally like $18, $19. And I'm thinking, oh, it's like half price, So I said, oh, maybe because it's green. So that's why I bought it because I didn't mind. I didn't mind the color. It's just the color, right? As long as the thing worked. Apparently, it doesn't work. So, and I already, mind you, I've had this thing sitting there for like at least the last month or so. So I'm like so mad because I already got rid of the box and everything. Luckily, I bought it online. I bought it at Walmart. So I'm like, I'm looking at Walmart's app. Look, going to my orders, I find it and it says good. You can do returns by April. So I'm like, okay, so I haven't done April. So I have a whole nother month. So I'm like, but can I still return it even though I don't have the box? It's just the object. So after I realized that this thing's not working, I decided to take the whole container. I'm like literally shaking it, trying to do as much as I can, manually shaking and stirring. Obviously, I can't break up the ice cubes that's in it. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do? So I decided I did as much as I can. I looked at the consistency. It looks like it's mostly, done. So I added a little bit more milk to it to kind of get it going. And then I just poured it in my drink. Like literally, that's what it looks like. Okay. So, and this is 12 ounces, okay? So, I poured it in that. And mind you, I wasn't wanting to use one of my regular cups like that because the point of the Magic Bullet was so you can go straight from, you add your ingredients, mix it, and drink from the same cup. That's what I was going to do. But I wasn't even going to risk it if the machine wasn't going to work. I was not even going to do that. So, I poured it in another separate clean cup that I already had. And I poured it in there. Thankfully, it all fit in there. because I eyeballed the measurements on the liquid, and then I got mad because then I was like so frustrated that now I have to go and clean again with soap and water everything again, the blades, the actual thing, everything. It was crazy. So I literally re-cleaned it as best as I can. I kind of didn't do the greatest. I'll probably re-clean it again, probably later today or tomorrow, to make sure it gets really good clean before I return it. But it's like I cleaned it all up. I set it outside. But after I washed it and now it's empty, I put it back on the base, and lo and behold, the dang thing works. I think Magic Bullet don't understand that you have the point of having this is to have something in the thing. So I thought I'd test it out. So I went and go add water. I had like half of the thingy of water, put it on the base, and let it spin, and it spun. I was like, okay, good, that works. Then I thought, okay, let me add like 1 or 2 ice cubes, just 1 or 2. And I'm talking about these ice cubes are literally half an inch little squares. They're not that big. They're not a typical size ice cube, okay? And these blades are sharp enough with the motor, should break up, the cubes. I put it in there, do it, and it literally only did it for like 10 seconds. And I'm like, and it didn't even really, it didn't chop up anything. The ice cubes literally were still whole. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm thinking, okay, so imagine these ice cubes. What if they were frozen fruit? Because I bought a ton of frozen fruit. Because I know spring's coming. I live in Texas, so we really don't have spring. We go from fall, maybe a little winter, to summer. We really don't really have a spring. Like, it really it's weird. So I know it's going to be like 90 degrees in the next week or two. Who knows? So I'm like, I want to start having, that's why I get the frozen fruit. So I want to add a lot of ice to it. So it'll be cold and it's fruit and it's good, right? I'm glad I didn't use my frozen fruit in this thing, because then I would have wasted it. I was so mad about it. And people are thinking, okay, it's probably, don't worry, it's just $20. $20 nowadays, I'm sorry, might as well be you lost $200. Because today's cost of living, I mean, $20 is equal to $200 in my pocket, because I cannot afford to lose that like $20, So, especially on an object with an actual brand that's been out for decades, that actually is supposed to be proven to be worth it and good. And I even still see commercials on it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I'm like, I'm so livid about it. So I found out, so I went on Walmart's thing. I found out, okay, I don't have the box. I told them, I said, it's used. I said, but I'm returning it. They still said they'll still accept it and they'll still refund it for me. So I'm like, okay. So I did, but I didn't want to go to Walmart. I don't want to go sit in their line. I don't want to take it all the way there and say, here, take this thing. I don't feel like Walmart even deserves my presence to show up and toss it to them. So I ended up, and it's not really Walmart's fault, it's really Magic Bullet's fault. And it's funny because I looked at the very bottom, in where the blade goes, inside the actual container. Like, you're going to miss this if you don't. When you get one of these and you look inside of it, there's like 4 rolls. I thought it was plastic. It did smell funny. Like, the motor, when it was ready, it smelled funny. And I was like, and why does it smell weird? But I thought maybe because it's new, like new metal. And I thought maybe that's what it is. Yeah, no telling. And so I looked at that and I was reading trying to read the thing, because it's inside on the disc and it's in a circle, so you kind of have to kind of turn it around and read it. And it's in tiny, tiny print. Now, if I was older, I would not be able to read this. But it says, do not run more than 1 minute. Okay, Magic Bullet, I read it for 20 to 30 seconds. Because it wasn't a whole lot that was in there. It was just enough for you to just mix it up for me. I didn't need to run it for a whole minute. I just needed to, make sure everything got blended. Are you kidding me? If you can't run a mixer of some sort, even a single use one, for longer than 60 seconds, don't make the product. Because some of these products, with people put powders, they put peanut butter, honey, things like that are sticky, but also, or even ice or frozen fruits. It's going to take longer than 60 seconds to chop that thing up and get it really well and blended. If you can't make a motor that will run more than 60 seconds, I mean, at least 2 minutes. 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes. If it can't run for at least 2 minutes, even pulsing, if it can't even do that, Don't even make the product. What's the point? So yeah, so this is my saga with the whole my venting, not saga, but venting with the whole Magic Bullet. So I'm not gonna chance them coming out tomorrow because I have therapy and I don't want to deal with all that. So and I have other things that I gotta do around this house. I still have cleaning stuff I wanted to get done today. And I was thinking, okay, I got up, made my coffee, fed the cats, I thought I watched an hour or two of TV and I'm thinking, okay, I'm waking up now, I finished my coffee. Now I'm gonna go make me my smoothie, and once I make my smoothie, I'm gonna get started. I spent so much energy on making this damn smoothie that I literally have no energy to freaking clean. So I'm now having to take a break. I'm making this video, and I'm just gonna chill for a minute, and then I'll probably start doing my little chores that I had planned to do today. It's not a whole lot, but still, I'm like really so. Plus tomorrow will give me a chance to kind of clean up the little container a little bit better and gather everything together, all the pieces together, and then I'm just gonna bundle it up and then put it in a sack and be like, here you go. Because I had it where you can click on where you can either mail it, which I ain't doing that. You could go to the store and drop it off, or they can come to you. Now I have Walmart Plus, so I guess that's one of the options I was able to take advantage of. So they're supposed to come to me sometime on Wednesday. I'm supposed to show them on my phone a barcode. They're supposed to scan that, take the object, and then I will get a refund within 24 hours after after the person takes the object. So, like once the handoff has happened, then I should get a refund within 24 hours. So, let's hope and see. I've never done this before, so I'm hoping it works out okay. I'm trying not to flash you guys. I feel like I am. But anyways, yeah, there's not a whole lot to report on. Besides me just trying to not stress. I've been feeling pretty decent. Actually, I also got some of these leg like circulation massager thingies. It's like a sleeve you put on your leg. I finally actually found one that actually with that comes with extenders because I had like the chunkiest like calves ever, and I'm short. My legs are short, so even if I can find ones that would fit the circumference of my calf, it goes way too. It doesn't. It's too high. It goes above my knee, which should be there. So that's my problem with compression socks too. But I need to be wearing them. But my legs have been getting achy again, and I'm really trying to avoid going back to the vein specialist because I know they're going to tell me I'm going to need some more, vein surgeries. It's like a daytime thing, and I really don't want to deal with that right now. So I'm trying to avoid it a little bit, but I'm hoping that so I'm getting um I got these leg massage thingies. It's sleeves. You put them on, and it came with extenders, which is good. So it actually will actually go over. It went up to right about my knees, down to all the way to my feet. So it covers your whole foot, and you put it on each one. In order for them to work, you have to have both legs on, and then it kind of plugs in, and you're literally kind of sitting there, kind of immobilized for it's. I think it runs for like 20 minutes, straight. I started on the highest setting, and actually it feels like a blood pressure cuff, and I like it because I did the whole one. It is the whole leg and foot at the same time, and it kind of squeezes it and then gently relaxes it. You can hear the air kind of let out, and then it goes back in. It's not massaging. It doesn't like roll or nothing like that, and there's no vibration, no heat. It's just a squeeze and then relax, and that's all I need. I just need something to kind of help that the veins and stuff like that to kind of compress and then compress and relax, as if I were, walking and moving around. Since I am still sedentary, I think it has helped my achiness. Um, it was like $60 or whatever it is, but it's one of the cheaper brands. It's kind of difficult to put on by myself. I usually have to have my husband help me do it. But actually, I do like the fact that it does come. It does that each leg sleeve does fold, pretty decently, and it comes with a mesh bag, so you can just kind of put everything in the mesh bag, and then pull the drawstring, and it is travel friendly. So we're planning on probably doing like a little weekend getaway thing sometime in April. So I'm hoping I may try it. I may bring it with me and try it and see how I feel. Since I may be on my feet more and my legs more, and see if it'll help any of the achiness or whatever. I hate compression socks, but I know I need to wear them, and I'll wear them when necessary. But I really am trying to avoid it. So in order to try to avoid them as much as possible, I need to continue to move around, continue to drink my waters, and continue to try to do other therapies like that, like doing that compression thing and or walking and making sure I can getting the blood flow going, and then elevating my legs every now and then to keep swelling down. But other than that, it's not that bad. But that's the only thing really new that's really happened. So that was a plus besides the magic bullet thing. And then and let's see what else. I think that's really all. I've been feeling, like I said, I've been feeling half decent lately, which I'm shocked. I really am. I'm trying to find a new psychiatrist, um, because my current slash old one or whatever it is was trying to charge me a early cancellation fee or something like that, which is crazy because I'm like, I didn't even know I had an appointment, and I never got a reminder like she normally sends out, and I was fighting with them, and so they told me, "Oh, we'll waive that." It was like $100 cancellation fee. They're like, "Oh, okay." I got an email. They told me they're going to waive it, but then yet I still get letters in the mail, like a bill in the mail, and I'm still getting like emails, something that telling me that I need to pay this fee before I continue using their services. And I'm like, you know what? Screw y'all. I'm just going to just find another doctor if I need to. So I need to find one that takes my insurance and that will work with me and so forth. In the meantime, I think my regular GP will probably help me with my medication. So, um, but that's not the point, you know. But anyways, um, yeah, I think that's all the update, guys. I mean, hell, this video has been almost 30 minutes. Last time I looked at it, it was like 13 minutes. So that's the update so far health wise. I did get my Botox done on Friday, which hasn't been that terrible. Compared to the last time. I think she was a little bit gentler this time. She gave me extra, I think like 50 C's or whatever, CC's, whatever. I don't know what the unit is. But, you know, a little bit more. She concentrated more areas that I usually have issues with. I did have some little bit of, you know, nerve issues 48 hours later, but then it's kind of gone away now. So that's good. And then that's it. So, yeah. I'm hoping to continue to work on my true crime video. You know, that's I told you guys I've been working on it for, we might as well say almost a year now. And then I'm going to work on that because I really need to, because I have a whole whiteboard over there across the room. And we are going to plan on trying to renovate this room that I'm in soon. Like I'm talking about within like the next month or two. And then, so I need to, and I don't want everything I've written on there to get messed up when I take it off the wall, and you know things are up against, you know, dry erase marker, it gets all messed up. So I need to work on that. At least I might just take a picture of it just in case it does get messed up. But yeah, that's it. I mean, guys, thanks for listening. If you do ever come across this video, comment down below, let me know how your life's going. Thanks for the support and the love and watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Like I said, I do everything from vlogging my daily life like this. I also do my weight loss journeys, my mental health, but I'm also, like I said, I'm still working on, and I'm going to eventually start putting out more like other videos that have nothing to do with me, but more like true crime or just everything, something, other things that happen in general, you know. So I'm still trying to find my niche here, but I think it's been mostly like vlogging. So if you're interested in my life, then cool. Welcome. Not too exciting, but there's always something going on in my life, at least health wise. And I hope to connect with some people and, or at least resonate with few of you guys out there. If you don't want to comment down below and you watch this, you know, thank you for at least watching and giving me the support of watching. But at least could you do me a favor? At least if you don't subscribe, at least like my video so I can at least, you know, tell YouTube, hey, you know, keep me up there so more people can see it. Interacting with it actually helps the algorithm. So I appreciate your love and support, and I appreciate your time for if you made it to the end. I hope you guys have a great week ahead, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day and a great week if I don't talk anymore the rest of the week. So yeah. Okay, bye.